What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here, you can call me Irish, and today we are having a look at the out of beta full version of Forza 6 Apex on the PC. So I did a video covering this when it first came out, when it was the beta version. It didn't have wheel support, it didn't have a couple of extra features, but now again the main thing is, as I said, wheel support. I can now use my Logitech G920 to dick about a little bit in Forza on the PC, which is quite a big deal to me. I have to say, like, it's really coming, we're getting to that point now that I look forward to as like a 16, 17, 18 year old playing Forza 3 on the Xbox 360 like in 2010, 2011. Yeah, so basically if we go to the input options, we can see controller, keyboard or wheel. It automatically detects the Logitech G920. It also supports, technically, the Trustmaster RGT, Trustmaster T500 RS, the TX, T300 RS, the T150, the TMX, the G29, the G920, the G25, the G27, Logitech Momo, the Fanatec Club Sport V2, and the Fanatec CSR. So it's not like sweeping, there's no dual force GT, there's no like Porsche 911 Fanatec's. But yeah, basically, but there is also the option to like just make a custom setup, so you can pick new wheel and then route your keyboard. You might not get full kind of force feedback and that kind of thing, but you should still be able to play the game. But yeah, as you can see here, if I go back to the wheel, everything's mapped out automatically. I haven't messed with it just yet because, again, I downloaded it last night at like 4 AM and I realised I played it for like 10 minutes and that was it. I had to go to bed then at that stage. But yeah, so let's just go the same as usual, same as last time. I think it's the same as last time, the Merc SLS AMG on Top Gear. And basically, I'm just going to drive around for a little bit and just kind of talk about how it feels. I wasn't blown away by my little tech demo last night, my little test, but yeah, we'll see. The assists are all set, like my drifting assists from the old Forza games. ABS off, normal steering, traction control off, manual with clutch, cosmetic, and yeah, that's it. So let's get into it, shall we? So you can use the clutch. So if I go into first gear, hold the clutch down. So the clutch works, it's on the clutch pedal. The gears go up and down. If I just be quiet, you can hear the clicks. So 7 gears. But yeah, let's just get into it and see how it feels. So even though it's paddle shifting, oh, that feels weird. Even though it's paddle shifting, you have to press the clutch as well at the same time. Now, I'm not sure if that's how it works in the real car. Brian from the future here. I just caught myself saying that about the clutch. I just realised that it was because I was playing this Forza 6 Apex on manual with clutch with my wheel that has a clutch pedal. Basically what I used to do, as I probably have mentioned before, is I used to play with manual and clutch on Forza 3 and 4, but because the pedals, the wheel that I had back then only had a brake and an accelerator, I used to have clutch on B and the handbrake on A, and I used to press them both at the same time. So yeah, that's why I got a little confused. I was wondering what the hell was going on. So yeah, that explains it. Back to the video. But I'm just used to from a set of courses, setting the clutch to automatic. Oh, this is weird. It feels like the steering is like later than the car, than what I'm seeing on screen, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it feels like the car is really boaty. Obviously the driving is going to be atrocious, let that go without saying. Like, I'm really just testing it out. Oh, the steering wheel doesn't spring around by itself automatically when you want to drift. I don't feel like this is right. I don't feel like this is what they're intending the game to feel like. I don't believe for a second that it's supposed to feel like this disconnected. Like, I have to manually turn the wheel. It's not like automatically. It's not automatically turning the wheel when I counter steer, or like if I'm drifting, if I try to do a drift and counter steer, it feels like the problem that I used to have in R Factor 1 with this wheel, because it doesn't support, like R Factor 1 didn't support the G920. Oh, this doesn't feel good at all. Wrong way. Like, it's not, if I just press the button now, my hands are completely off the wheel and it has just locked itself, and it's like heavy. It's locked itself in one direction. No, the stick still doesn't work. Yeah, I feel like I'm playing R Factor 1. This has no force feedback whatsoever. It's literally, this can't possibly be the way that it's supposed to be. So let me just look around in the settings. Okay, that's advanced. Invert force feedback. Force feedback scale 100. Steering wheel sensitivity. See, maybe I need to look up. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna have to look up some settings here for this, because the game just doesn't feel like it. Either feels like it has no force feedback or it just isn't doing anything at all. Center and spring scale. I think you always want to turn that back to 0 if I'm not mistaken. So let me see if that makes any difference. Oh, whoa, that feels weird. Locking to the left again. See, that's no good. Now, obviously, in my first try, I'm not going to be good anyway, but it's just not what I'm expecting it to feel like. Now, fair enough, my knowledge and experience of the Forza series is coming from Forza 3 and Forza 4, with a 270-degree rotation Microsoft steering wheel. But it just doesn't feel like what I'd always imagined, especially now that I've got the experience of playing with a bunch of different Assetto Corsa cars, whether they're official cars from Kunos or whether they're mods. It just doesn't feel good. And I can only assume that that's because it's not, either the settings that I have aren't right, or it's not working as intended, because I should at least be able to kick off a counter steer without too much trouble. Like, this just isn't working. And again, it like automatically pulls itself to the left a lot, which is weird. Now what I could try doing is I could try and go to my Logitech profiler here. So give me a second. Now if I set that to if I set this to, where's the button? Steering wheel. If I set the degree angle to 270, maybe I can get something that's a little bit more like what I remember. So let's see how that goes for me. Woo! No, maybe not. No, definitely not. Oh, it just feels awful. I mean, a really bad power slide, I guess you could call that, like. Woo! But then it just whips around because there's no, like, I can't feel any weight shift or weight transfer in it. It's not good. Again, sorry to, after making the Battlefield 1 beta where I complained a lot about it, I'm disappointed to have to report that this is also not feeling great. Or like to have another negative video straight away afterwards. But like, when I pictured the Forza games on PC, they felt a lot better than this, I have to say. Like, that's just no good. Like, that's not good. Oh god. And then it resets you and starts you moving randomly. Like, it just pops you back in, like moving full, like not full speed, but like accelerating a bit. Now there's obviously the other possibility that since I haven't played Forza in so long, just the physics are different and they've changed. Look at this! Like, what is that? What the fuck? It just sets me off at like 20 miles an hour heading in just a random direction, like. Yeah, it's not counter steering at all. It feels exactly like R Factor. If you've ever played R Factor with a wheel that doesn't have PC, flip that, scratch it, reverse it, rest in peace Gene Waller. If you've ever if you ever played R Factor on a wheel that doesn't have on the PC that doesn't have force feedback, you'll notice that you feel something, like you feel the vibrations maybe, but it just doesn't behave the way you want it to. Like, it doesn't, like, I should not be having to manually counter steer here. It's just not a thing that happens. Like, if anybody that, like, I know from playing Assetto Corsa, the wheel should automatically, as I start to over-rotate or counter steer or whatever, the wheel should whip around by itself automatically, and then it should just be up to me to catch it. That's not happening here. I'm initiating the drift, so I initiate the drift, I manually pull it left, I have to manually pull it right, and there's just a heavy, disconnected weightless feeling to it, or whatever. Like, I know that sounds contrarian, heavy weightlessness, but I don't know how else to describe it. It's just not nice. It's not good. It doesn't feel good at all. I will have to look this up because, and I will probably like make I'll either look it up before I publish this video. I'll upload it. Look, that's terrible. I'm gonna stop there because it's just annoying me. I will update this video before I publish, or before I like upload it, or I'll do a separate video where I talk about, yeah, this is what I had wrong, this is why it wasn't great. But yeah, that's basically a video on the physics and the feeling of the Forza 6 Apex full release on PC with the Logitech G920, which you would presume would be its primary targeted wheel, which is what frustrates me. I might as well just dick about while I'm talking here. What frustrates me about it is that this is the official Xbox One wheel from Logitech. Like, that's why I got it. I got it on the off chance that if I ever wanted to pick up a set of an Xbox One, I would have the best of both worlds. I'd have the PC and the Xbox wheel. Like, that was why I got the G920. Obviously now with the way they've gone towards the PC, I don't have to worry about that. With most of the games that I would want to play, like Forza and that kind of thing, coming to the PC now. But for it to be their, like, air quotes, official wheel, at least from Logitech, it just seems bizarre to me. A studio that's owned by Microsoft is after making a game where the game feels so bad on the G920. Again, all the other reasons that it could possibly be bad, like it's me not used to the physics, settings wrong, I know I keep repeating myself, but I just need to make it clear that it feels terrible, but I know that there's probably a reason to explain it. Because it just doesn't make any sense to me that it feels this badly when it's the official wheel from Logitech, like. Yeah, and with that dreadful note, I'll wrap it up there. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.